Hey folks, hope you're well. Ash here from Weber Training, and in this video I'm going to go through with you some key questions and phrases that you can use and ask a responsive casualty. So we've come across somebody, this could be a family member, we're out and about, it could be in the workplace, but they look a little bit unwell. Now, depending on what study you read, depending on what YouTube video you watch, depending what you type into a certain search engine, you will find a list as long as your arm of questions you should ask a responsive casualty. And if you've got a fantastic memory, my friends, ask away. If you're anything like me, given a little bit of anxiety in the situation as well, 99% of what he said is going to go in one ear and out the other. So here are some of my favourite things that we can ask. Number one, how are you feeling? Doesn't that sound basic? How are you feeling? But we talk a lot about signs and symptoms in first aid. Well, a sign I can see. So I've got somebody clutching their chest. I can clearly see that. The fact that they've also got a splitting headache, crippling anxiety and a really, really bad stomach, I can't see that. Those are symptoms. So ask them, how are you feeling? It's also one of those questions that invokes a bit of an answer. If you were to ask somebody, how are you feeling? They're almost quite prompted automatically to respond to that. If they can't, it raises the alarm bells a little bit. And finally, it's a good leveler. How are you feeling? Yeah, a little bit groggy, I felt better. Versus, how are you feeling? How do you think I'm feeling? Same question, nice leveler. Another fantastic one to open with is, has this happened before? Now think about that. If the answer to that question is, no, I've never experienced this before, that raises the alarm bell slightly. If that response is, yeah, I've had that a few times, oh, I get this thing, yeah, I've got this thing, no, what it is, and it's a conversation starter, that's magic. Because my follow-up's going to be, right, okay, you've said this has happened before, what do you need? They are literally going to be able to talk you through the process. Have you got any medical conditions? Any medical conditions? Maybe there's a pre-employment medical screening, maybe I know this person, maybe an associate or a family member can tell me, maybe there's a medical alert bracelet or something on. Are they diabetic? Do they have epilepsy? Anything that I can ascertain that might improve the level of the aftercare that they get is all the better. Okay? How well do we know the people that we work with? As a conversation starter, somebody at work has that insulin pump on the arm. Every now and then they scan a phone over it, an alarm goes off, they're checking their blood sugar, blood glucose levels. Somebody has an asthma inhaler. Hey, is there a particular trigger? Is there something that makes it worse? As first aiders, folks, knowledge is power. I grant these are sometimes awkward conversations, but the more information we can get, if people are happy to disclose, and most of the time they will be, it may help us. So let's just kind of pre-arm ourselves with any pre-existing medical conditions. On that note, folks, are they taking anything? Are they taking any medication? Is it prescribed? Is it a course of antibiotics? Is it non-prescribed? Again, people can feel very judgy and maybe not very comfortable when you're asking these questions, but from a first aid point of view, I really want to know, have you taken anything or are you taking anything? I want to make sure this person gets the best aftercare possible. Do they have any allergies? Are they allergic to certain types of dressing? Latex gloves, for example. That's why we don't find them in first aid kits, or penicillin, something they may get a little further down the line. Okay, any allergies? A fantastic question to ask as well. Have you had a bang on the head recently? Have you had a blow to the head recently? Always a great question to ask. Somebody's a bit dazed, a bit groggy, a bit confused. Ask that question, because as we'll talk about in another video, any suspicion of a head injury, concussion, compression, we have to take seriously. At all times, folks, we've got that ACE card of having the talk through with the emergency services. When the paramedics arrive, if they can get a handover, this is John. He's 26. He's allergic to penicillin. He's had 10 pints of Guinness and he had a massive fry up a little bit earlier on, but he says he's forgotten to take his blood pressure medication this morning. Bang. How useful is that? So there you have it, folks, some key phrases and questions that we can consider asking an unresponsive casualty. Now, there's no limit to the things that we should be finding out, but these are some of the great ones that have worked for me. Hopefully, they'll work for you as well, and you found this useful. Folks, I'm Ash from Weber Training. We provide accredited first aid training. It's fast, it's fun, and it's delivered by emergency service professionals. Folks, I'm going to be back next week with some more free life-saving hints and tips. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give us a cheeky like as well, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Be careful and stay safe.